First off, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High YAHAWAH in the name of His only begotten Son YAHAWASHI, in the name of the Holy Spirit. In Paleo Hebrew, it's called Allah, Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawashai Bahashem, Rahach, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth. Salutations to all the brothers out there that's teaching this word in truth and sincerity and peace. Blessings and healings unto the elect and the multitude, because that's why we do these videos. And today, man, I want to talk about this. Pentagon officials suggest alien mothership in our solar system could send many probes to Earth. Okay, and there's two things you can get out of this, because the so-called white man and the JOOS issues, they got blue beam and 7D. Okay, and they want to show some spectacular stuff and they want to deceive the whole world. The other thing you can think of is the angels are really coming down to the Earth, and which they are. You know, they go to and fro from the Earth, you know, doing particular missions. But also, you know, when YAHAWASHI arrives, he's coming back in a big fathership. Okay, and he's going to fight the so-called white man and the JOOS issues for the world. Okay, it's going to be an alien invasion somewhat. You know, so let's get it. I want to read this. Pentagon officials said in a draft document last week that aliens could be visiting our solar system and releasing smaller probe-like missions conducted by NASA when studying other planets. And the angels don't need to study anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they do missions. Some angels are taking up prayers. Okay, they send them to the Lord. Some angels are watching everything you do, and they take it to the Lord. When it talks about the eyes of the Lord in the scriptures, it's talking about them chariots in the sky. Okay, because they're watching everything everybody does. Okay, nothing is hid from Yahweh Shemashai's eyes. Now, let me get that. Sirach chapter 23 verse 19, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and not knowing that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So Yahweh Shemashai is watching everything, man. Okay, and his angels are watching everything. Everybody does. This is 2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of Yahweh Shemashai run to and fro throughout the whole earth. So angels come to and fro from the earth, and demons come to and fro from the earth. And Satan goes to and fro from the earth, seeing who he can devour. And he works with the so-called white man. He works with the devil. Okay, Satan and the devil are two different things. Satan works with the devil, which is the so-called white man, and the JOOS issues. Okay, to show himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore henceforth thou shalt have war. So, you know, the eyes of the Lord go to and fro from the earth. I want to get this now. Matthew 24:24. And there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and great wonders. So this is what they're going to do in last days. They're going to show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And it's impossible to deceive the very elect. You know, like I said, with the blue beam and the 7D, you know, they're going to try to deceive the elect with all this stuff, but the elect are going to go back to the scriptures. Okay, I'm always going to go back to the scriptures on anything big that's happening, you know, because we know that they want to deceive, and it's written that they would deceive. This is 2 Thessalonians 2. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, that man of sin, son of perdition, is Esau Edom. Okay, the so-called white man and the so-called JOOS issues, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. Okay, and if you listen to these JOOS issues at the World Economic Forum, they're talking about they can become gods of the earth. Okay, they talk shit about the God of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They saying that they can make their own water, do their own thing, which is blasphemy, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So this is what these people are doing. Everything is already written. We know their mindset. We know what they're going to do. And then the wicked shall be revealed, and the wicked has been revealed. Esau Edom, okay, like I said, the so-called white man and the JOOS issues, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. It's talking about people telling the truth, okay, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, you know, the second coming. Even him who is coming is after the working of Satan. So it's talking about the son of perdition, okay, the man of sin, which is the devil, working with Satan. Satan goes to and fro from the earth, and he works with the so-called white man, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Straight out of Matthew 24, man. They shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, which is not, they would try to deceive the very elect, and they can't. With all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, God shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So Yahweh Shemashai controls all things. He controls the wicked, and he controls the righteous. He controls the deceived, and he controls the deceivers. You know, Job 12:16, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So he controls all things, man. In the last days, there's going to be a war in heaven. One realm is going to fight against another realm. Let's get that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth." Okay, and it's going to be glorious. "And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and what? One realm against another." So there's going to be a war in heaven, okay? The so-called white man, he's going to try to fight the angels and the Lord, okay? It's all written out. A lot of people don't know this, okay? This is how proud he is, just like Pharaoh. Yahawashi is going to harden the so-called white man's heart. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to try to fight the Lord. Like it says right here, one realm against another. Let's get that in Revelations 12. "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." The dragon's talking about America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, that beast with 7 heads and 10 horns talking about them. "And prevailed not, so they lost. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the dragon was cast out, and that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." So they're going to be destroyed and cast out. But like I said, the so-called white man's going to try to fight the Lord. Let's get some other scriptures. Let's go to Revelations 19 first before I get 13. Read up on. Let's go. Revelations 19:11. "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and him that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he do judge and make war." So when YAHAWASHI comes back, he's coming back to make war. He's not coming back to play patty cake. Okay, he's coming down to take down the people that's ruling the earth right now. "His eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, that he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean." His armies, okay, his navy, okay, his air force, okay, his air force is always around. The so-called white man catching them on camera and stuff. They're always around messing with the so-called white man, watching the so-called white man, watching everything he did to the Israelites. They reported back to the Lord. The Lord is angry as shit. He's coming back to slay many. He's coming back to slay a lot of people. Okay, he's not coming back to play patty cake. He's not coming back to save everybody. Okay, that's a fallacy. He's coming back to make war and kill a lot of people, man, and save the people he purchased with his own blood. Okay, Isaiah 66:16. "For by fire and by his sword would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of YAHAWASHI shall be many." So it is what it is. Now going back to 2nd Ezra 13, now I want to read up because it tells you, it gives you a description. It says, "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." Same thing it says in Revelations 19. "And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him." So when YAHAWASHI cracks them clouds, man, the whole world gonna tremble. It's like that scene in Independence Day when that mothership rode up. Just start obliterating people. This is the same thing that's going to happen, man. Let me get some scriptures on that. Matthew 24:30. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." So when YAHAWASHI returns, everybody going to mourn, man, because they're going to know he not playing. Okay, all y'all Christians going to be gnashing your teeth, crying and shit, because the whole world lied to you. The so-called white man lied to you, had you in church, lying to your face. It says, "And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." Revelations 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so amen." So it's not going to be a good day, man. Everybody going to be like, damn, I fucked up. The devil tricked me. It says, "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth falleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea." Okay? They're going to try to subdue YAHAWASHI, man. Just like in Revelations, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. They're going to try to fight. Okay? They're going to try to subdue YAHAWASHI. Not going to happen. "But I beheld, and lo, he graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it." You know, a mothership in our solar system. You know, it's going to be way bigger than whatever they talking about. But I would have seen the region or place wherein the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet does fight. Just like Pharaoh, man, he was scared, but the so-called white man gonna be scared, but the Lord gonna harden his heart to do it. It says, and lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flame of breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Just like in Independence Day, man. You know, that thing blew up the White House and all type of shit. It says, and they were all mixed together, a blast of fire, the flame and breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only a dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So they're gonna get kicked off the earth, man. These people are wicked as fuck. Epstein Island, sacrificing babies and shit. Bestiality. You know what I'm saying? Teaching everybody that homosexuality is cool, transsexuality is cool. Do this, do that, blah blah blah. They gotta be kicked off the earth, man. They gotta be cast out, as it says here. They're gonna be cast out, man. So, when you see stuff like this, you gotta be rooted. We know that they're gonna try to lie to the people with 7D and Blue Beam. But YAHAWASHI is really gonna invade the earth, man. It just is what it is, and when you see some weird stuff that these people try to pull and it don't align with the scriptures, then it ain't the Lord, man. So double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth, and call Holy YAHAWASHI.